Good morning. Good morning. We ask that you come to order, please. We are about to begin our program. Good morning once again. I am not Tashante Snell, but I am going to give you words of welcome this morning. On behalf of Williamson High School Academy Middle Preparatory School, we welcome our family, our friends, students, most of all, our ninth graders. We're so proud of you, our ninth graders. We're proud of all of our students here at Williamson, but especially our ninth grade class. So we ask that you listen, pay close attention, and get something out of the presentation, the ceremonies for those students who have worked so hard to come before you this morning. We ask that you give them your undivided attention and just go away with something. This is why we do Black History. I am going to be the MC, but I'm going to read the program as such, and we're going to ask that those persons who are on program come as it is printed. The occasion will be by Ms. Carla Lett. We will have a selection by the Williamson High School Chorus. We will have a poem by Alicia Holmes, speech by Dr. Martin Luther King by Brandon Brickman, Black History presentation by Principal Lang. We'll also have an African dance, rhythm and motion dance team, and the Williamson High School Band percussion section. We'll have a selection by the Williamson High School Chorus, Lift Every Voice and Sing, which is on the back of your program. And then we will have closing remarks by Principal Kervin Lang. And again, thank you for coming, and please enjoy.
Good morning. Why we celebrate Black History? Each year, Americans set aside a few weeks to focus their historical hindsight on the contributions that people of African descent have made to this country. Let's recount the Black History Month, also called African American History Month. This event originally began as Negro History Week in 1926. It took place during the second week of February because it coincided with the birth dates of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln. Carter G. Woodson, a Harvard-trained historian, is credited with the creation of Negro Historical Week. In 1776, the bicentennial of the United States, President Gerald R. Ford expanded the week into a full month. Celebrating honors the historic leaders of the Black community. Ms. Dora Franklin, who is our African American Heritage Chair, and all of these events, all of these people are from Mobile, Alabama. Dr. LaFleur, NAACP, helped stop segregation at the University of Alabama. Joseph Langham, Alabama House of Representatives. Father Albert Foley, sociology teacher at Spring Hill College. Mr. Nathaniel Richardson, educator, Alabama State alumni president, and who also is my grandfather. Celebrating help us to be better stewards of privileges we've gained. To what would surely be the laminate of many historic African American leaders, my students and so many others, including me, take for granted the rights that many people before them sweated, bled, and died to secure. Apart from an awareness of the past, we can never appreciate the blessings we enjoy in the present. Celebrating provides us an opportunity to highlight the best of Black history and culture. Black History Month provides the chance to focus on a different aspect, our narrative, African Americans. We can applaud Madam C.J. Walker as the first self-made female millionaire in the United States. We can let our eyes lift across the verses of poetry, Phyllis Wheatley, the first African-American poet and woman to publish a book. And we can groove to the soulful jazz and somber blues music composed by the likes of Miles Davis and Robert Johnson. Black History Month spurs us to seek out and lift up the best in African-American accomplishments. Celebrating creates awareness for all people. When we observe Black History Month, we give citizens of all races the opportunity to learn about a past and people of which they may have little awareness. These are just a few highlights of why we celebrate Black history.
As the choir is setting up, I just want you to know that we have some outstanding students, outstanding choir members, and we're so very, very proud of them. Williamson truly, truly has great talent here.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I am Mrs. Dillon, the choral teacher here at Williamson High School, and this is the Voices of Williamson. I know in the program it says that we're doing a selection, but we have two selections for you. One is from the hit movie Harriet, and the other is from Joyful Noise, which is an arrangement of Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror. And our soloist is Jordan Mims Rivers.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. Watch the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night. That's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to our brand new home, far across the river. Do you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on, I can feel it in my bones. Early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, we're gonna start moving towards the separating line. I'm ready to put it on. You know I got a made up mind, and I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I'll fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to our brand new home, far across the river. Do you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. And I know what's around the bend might be hard to face, 'cause I'm alone, and I just might fail. but Lord knows I tried. Sure, it starts fill up the sky. Stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to our brand new home. Far across the river, you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to our brand new home. Far across the river, you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, I hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you.
Our soloists for Man in the Mirror are Cadence, Jakayla, Willie, and Elena.
Make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. It's gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the streets with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? A summer's disregard of broken bottles
Oh. Good morning, Williams Alliance teachers, students, and staff. Today I'm going to be reciting a poem entitled Black is Strong by myself, Arlesia Holmes. Brutality, beaten, bruised, and battered. Our ancestors were dragged through the dirt hanging on by ropes in hopes that they'll make it home alive. Some made it to tell the story, but some also died. A strong black woman doesn't let a tear stain her face. We black women were made in God's own image, fearfully and wonderfully by his grace. We should not be afraid to take life challenges that could possibly end in failure. Because in God we trust, he has made you and I more than conquerors. Just so as Harriet Tubman ran towards danger, we saw her strength through the people that were saved by her. Just as Rosa Parks knew the outcome of her standing up and sitting down, her courage showed us change in the end would come around. This month is to inspire and motivate all of our black women who have endured some type of pain. We are here to encourage one another that all we have to do is have faith as a grain. A mustard seed begins so small. If we continue to push through whatever life throws at us, we can conquer it all. My meaning of black for you is B, bravery, because we face danger. L, long suffering, because we know how to endure. A, awesome. I mean, just look at you and I on today. C, courageous, because we are fearless. And K, we are tightly knitted together. So our motto for today is Black is Strong. Thank you.
And again, that was Arlesia Holmes. Very, very good. We will next have a speech by Dr. Martin Luther King by Brandon Bigren.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. 50 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree is a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still badly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land. So we've come here today to dramatize a shameful condition. In a sense, we've come to our nation's capital to cash a check. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall heir. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, would be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We must forever conduct our struggle on the high plane of dignity and discipline. We must not allow our creative protest to degenerate into physical violence, and it must not lead us to distrust all white people, for many of our white brothers, as evidenced by their presence here today, have come to realize that their destiny is tied up with our destiny. We cannot walk alone, and as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. We cannot turn back. There are those who are asking the devotees of civil rights, when will you be satisfied? We can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. We can never be satisfied as long as our bodies, heavy with the fatigue of travel, cannot gain lodging in the motels of the highways and the hotels of the cities. We cannot be satisfied as long as the Negro's basic mobility is from a smaller ghetto to a larger one. We can never be satisfied as long as our children are stripped of their adulthood and robbed of their dignity by signs stating "for whites only." We cannot be satisfied as long as a Negro in Mississippi cannot vote and the Negro in New York believes he has nothing for which to vote. No, we are not satisfied. And we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. I say to you today, my friends, even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will one day be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day in Alabama, with its vicious racist, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. When we allow freedom to ring, when we let it ring from every city and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last. Great God Almighty, we are free at last. Thank you.
And that was Brandon Brigman. Now we'll have our poem by Langston Hughes, Joshua Johnson.
I Too by Langston Hughes. I too sang America. I am the darker brother. They send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes, but I laugh and eat well and grow strong. Tomorrow, I'll be at the table, and when company comes, nobody dare say to me, eat in the kitchen. Then they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed, because I too am America.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. What an act to follow. Coming behind Dr. Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream speech. Woo! Very hard act to follow. The question that many of you asked as we sit here, as I look at our audience today, the question is asked, why? Why did we invite the 9th grade class to such a historic and prestigious event? And the answer to that question is, I want you to tell everybody, they're the best class academically here at Lily B. Williamson High School. They're the largest class here at Lily B. Williamson High School. 50% of our students are on benchmark to perform on the ACT test upcoming. 50% of them. And when we say 50%, that means they got scores of 18 or above already. So we are elated that they're here to join us to take part in special history, because history is being made today right here before you. You saw it on your own. I reflect back to a time that we all heard about in this very place that you stand at. This place used to be a gymnasium back in the days. Now it's called Lemia Kebe Auditorium. But a lot of history was made right here in this auditorium, which was a gym at the time. So for my next presentation, I'll ask Coach Holly if she would please come on stage to please join me for this special presentation. Today you heard a lot of history. You heard a lot of African American history, black history in the nation, throughout the state. But today you're going to learn some black history. A Lily B. Williamson High School black history today. So a Black History Month tribute. February 23rd, 2022. Williamson High School, led by tournament MVP Raquel Williams, won his first 6A girls state basketball title by beating Opelika 45-38 in the finals of the 6A tournament in Decatur, Alabama on March 10, 1986. She scored 58 points in 2 games, 29 in the title game to top the mark of 57 points record in 1981. Raquel played an outstanding tournament, Coach Harden said. She was just super. She's been that way all year. She really carried the team on her shoulders early in the season, and that allowed our young ladies and players to develop, to come on strong at the end of the season. Raquel Williams was selected later on as the State Player of the Year in 1986. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give her a big round of applause as we recognize our own Williamson High School graduate, Lily B. Williamson High School, Raquel Williams. Please come to the stage. That's a special presentation.
Lily B. Williamson High School and Middle Grades Preparatory Academy Black History Month Achievement Award. This special award is presented to Raquel Williams in recognition of leading Williamson High School girls basketball team to its first 6A girls basketball championship in 1986. Raquel was selected as the tournament MVP and later ASHAA 6A Girls Basketball Player of the Year. Williamson High School faculty and staff, Kervin R. Lang Principal, Carrie Eaton Black History Month Chairperson, February 23rd, 2022. Congratulations.
Now, for those of you who do not know, we had a presentation for Ms. Williams. I want to make sure I get in order. Ms. Williams to you all, because I want you to start calling them by our first name, get in trouble now. We had a special presentation at our area tournament championship. I'm so proud of our girls for doing an outstanding job of carrying on that legacy that was left behind. And she was presented a game ball by her coach. I'm not going to say former coach, still her coach, Coach Curtis Harden at the game. Today we have a family with her, and we would like for them to stand to be recognized at this time. All the family members, please stand at this time to be recognized. I know you're taking pictures and recording. Please stand to be recognized. Come on, ninth grade, let's give them a big round of applause. Let's welcome our family. It's our family. Now at this time, we will officially retire Raquel Williams' jersey, jersey number 11. We have 2 jerseys, so we won't have any misunderstanding. One jersey will remain at the school to be hung in the gymnasium, and the second jersey will be presented to her to do as she wishes with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's stand, get on your feet. Let's give her a big round of applause for State Alabama High School Athletic Association 1986 Player of the Year, Ms. Raquel Williams. Come on, let's get louder than that. I'll hold that. Which one you want to who you want to bring up to help you hold some of this stuff? You bring it to Mom?
My son, Bookie, younger.
Bookie Kendall. She said she wants her son up on the stage with her to help hold some of these awards that she has. Please come up. Now, one thing as he comes to the stage, I just want to commend you. We are close-knit, all of us here at Little B. Wisdom High School. We have a middle grade, we have high school, we're close-knit. We all one family. So we're going to give her, let her talk.
Good morning. It's a great day to be a Lion. I want to thank God first, who's the head of my life, Mr. Lane, faculty and staff, my family, and my ladies that played basketball with me in 1986. Some of them are here. Would you please stand for me, please? I want to thank all y'all for coming out and support me. I know Coach Harden is not here today, but I want you all to know that he was here for me when they gave me the presentation, and he was so happy. He was the happiest I ever seen him. And I just want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting me throughout my years of playing basketball at Williamson. And let's just enjoy it. Thank you. Thank you, Father. Hey, Linda. Thank you. I also want to thank the city of Pritchard, where I work, been working for 14 years. The mayor wasn't able to make it, but he sent some of the co-workers here to be here with me today. Thank you.
And on the program, we have a few additional awards that we would like to make at this time. As we said, that Black history is being made today, right here today. Mr. Eaton will come up and recognize our Teacher of the Year, as well as those members of our chorus team who made the All-State, following in Raquel Williams' legacy, great expectation in pursuit of excellence. They made All-State choir. All-State. I didn't say runner, All-State choir. So Mr. Eaton is going to recognize those in his own way. Mr. Eaton, come on up.
Our first award will go to, this is the Lily B. Williamson High School and Middle Grades Preparatory Academy Black History Month Teacher of the Year 2022. This special award is presented to Carla Lett. Let's give Carla Lett a hand. She's our Teacher of the Year in recognition of being selected as Williamson High School and Middle School Grades Preparatory Academy Teacher of the Year 2022. Williamson High School faculty and staff, Kervin R. Lang, Principal, Carrie Eaton, Black History Month Chairperson, February 23rd, 2022. Congratulations.
Now, I was shocked about this one this morning. I just want to thank everyone, especially my coworkers, and first, my principal, Mr. Lane, for giving me this honor. As you all know, even though I am a sixth grade teacher over in the middle school building, I feel that each and every one of you are one of my kids, one of my kids and my students. I love you all, and thank you for this honor.
Our next two presentations will go to, and once I call your name, please come to the stage, Jakayla Bonham and Jordan Mims Rivers. Lily B. Williamson High School and Middle Grades Preparatory Academy Redefining Success Award. This special award is presented to Jakayla Bonham. Come on up. In recognition of being selected to the Alabama All-State Choir 2022, Williamson High School faculty and staff, Kevin R. Lane Principal, February 23rd, 2022, we present these plaques of recognition to these two students. Let's give them a round of applause, please.
Stand up, take a picture, photo op. They're gonna stand to the front for a photo op. Stand up.
In the lead, who you wanna be? I'm who they wanna be. B-E-A-U-T-Y-E. Never seen so much rage from a queen. Rage from a queen. Queen so strong, thought she was a machine. Girl of your dreams, Sinclair Regine. Turn to the max, can't forget Maxine. Refer to me as a goddess, I'm tired of being modest. 100 degrees the hottest. If we're being honest, ebony antibiotics. Black people win, they say we being demonic. Angel in disguise, I hate I have to disguise it. Why you gotta despise it? Rich in the mind, that's why I'm making deposits. Carry all the power, it's time to realize it. Don't ever take my power, my power, my power. Don't ever take my power, my power, my power. They feel away, oh wow. They feel away, oh wow. Don't ever take my power, my power, my power. Don't ever take my power, my power, my power. They feel away, oh wow. They feel away, oh wow.
This that rhythm, this that lightning, this that burn, this ain't no perm. This that nappy, this that herb, this that kinfolk, this that skinfolk, this that war, this that bloodline on the front line, ready for war. Where you gonna run? Get it loose, get it low, get it low. Why you get it loose, get it loose, get it low, get it low. Oh, gotta protect my grace, keep it locked in the safe. Don't make me get back to my ways. My power they never take.
Don't ever take my power, my power, my power. Don't ever take my power, my power, my power. They feel away, oh wow. They feel away, oh wow.
Check out this Verbo.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to close of our Black History Month program. If I have your attention, please. If your neighbor next to him, just tap him and say, "Shh, let me have your attention right quick." Shh. Shh. We want to make sure that we end on a good note. Everything has been decent in order. Ninth grade before, I'm have the part where I've closing remark. First of all, let me say thank you to our audience, our ninth grade class. Thank you for your cooperation and being on your best behavior. It really means a lot. So give yourself a round of applause. To our performing arts, our teachers, Ms. Bettis, Ms. Tooks, Ms. Dillon, and Mr. Patton. Thank you so much for putting this program together and working with Mr. Eaton, who's our Black History Month director for this program. Please give him a round of applause. And for all our performers, as I remember those words of the songs, it made me reflect back. And one thing that I heard, one of the songs that the choir said, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking him, I'm talking about myself, to change my ways. So it's not all about me. It's about you, the students. And that's who it's all about. And so I want to say thank you, students, for doing a great job. As we were sitting back in the back and we was wondering, how were we all going to be calm? How are we going to calm the audience down to get their attention? And then Dr. Martin Luther King came up, as always, and stole the show, as always. And I would be remiss to say that we had our history today. Don't forget, it's history being made today. You see a living legacy, a living legend right there by you. You see her right now, Raquel Williams. Can you imagine this used to be the gymnasium? Back in the day. But last but not least, the finale. The ultimate finale that we ended with the African dance. Now, I want to say this to you. Now, Little B. Wisdom High School has a lot of great history. And we're doing some great things now. So if you want to go run and tell something, go run and tell that on Facebook. That's what you do. Go run and tell that. So as we dismiss, we're going to let our guests, they may want to stay around and take a few pictures, but we ask that if you would, go to the front lobby area. It's a nice, pretty background in there. And so we're going to allow you to go first. Take your grandmama, escort them. Make sure they get there safely. And our ninth graders, I want y'all to stay here. Everybody else stay still. Teacher, we're going to move out in an orderly manner because we don't want to mess up. You did too well. Thank you all so much. We're not finished. Have a seat. Have a seat. Hold nobody asked to go. Sergeant Richardson, hold your class. Hold your classes. Of course, you're going to remain to take pictures. Hold up, ninth grade classes. Just hold up just a minute. We want to take a nice picture with all the performers on the stage for the grand finale pictures. So y'all stand fast. Stand fast. Okay, we going to our second block class. Move to your second block class at this time. Thank you.